Welcome to the Greatness Together podcast. Curious minds unite. Mother-daughter conversations that delve into the heart of psychology. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Simonne.
Hey, that's my name. Overuse it.
So, when we said we were going to do this totally scrumptious podcast, I asked people, what do you hope we cover? And we have not been following people's requests. We have just been going rogue, talking about whatever occurs to us is relevant. But we forgot that we're not recording this just for us, although to be perfectly honest,
Let's be real.
it's kind of for us.
Let's be real.
It's for real. It is for us. And I feel like by episode 20-ish, we should maybe respond to one of the initial requests.
That's a possibility. Let's maybe indulge.
So it's a really good one.
Is it a really good one?
It's a really good one.
No way.
Not letting ifs and what ifs hold you back.
If, like, possibly.
Ifs. Like, what if this happens,
buts.
but what if that happens, but then if this happens, but what if I do that, and what if, have you ever had that?
So much. And I think you do that too.
Never.
I think you do that
I'm a
too.
perfect specimen.
I did that a lot before I went away, actually.
Yeah.
I was always like, oh, what if this doesn't work out? What if blah, blah, blah? Because I literally had no plans when I was going there, and I was like always worrying about stuff. Or even not worrying about Australia, but worrying about random things. Then I was there, and even though I had zero plans, everything went smooth. Okay, well, everything worked in the end.
Everything worked in the end.
And my
Didn't have to be perfect to be great.
Yeah, my ifs and buttles. But my ifs and buts didn't have to be rebutted.
Ah.
And what was my point? And then and then ifs and buts tend to be like, you know, everything just like worked out, and then now I'm a less worrier because again, everything just worked out. And so many times when I'm like, oh, but what if, the if does not happen. The if does not happen. Just go for it.
What do you think was key about why the ifs don't trip you up as much after having had that experience? So as context, everyone, Simonne spent 3.5 months in Australia on a student work visa.
Student?
It was called a student work visa.
Just work visa.
Just a work visa. Sorry about that.
I set it up, not my school.
Okay. Sensitivity. Yes. Okay. And you set it up totally on your own. So you would know. I wouldn't know. Okay. True.
And
I was giving context. So the context was you went away, you maybe had a month of planning while you were writing exams, writing papers, saying goodbye to friends, recording a podcast with your mother.
With my mother.
So there wasn't a ton of time, and so you put as many plans as you could put together, but then you also said, I'm also going to just be open to experience what is in store for me. So yes, you're going on a work visa. However, you didn't have a job yet. You didn't know exactly where you're going to stay. You almost had to take more leaps of faith this past summer than you ever have before. And if you had let ifs hold you back, you never would have went. But what if I can't find a job? But what if I can't find a place to live? But what if I don't like it? But what if I don't meet any friends? If you could have had 1,693 ifs.
And I did.
And you did. So what helped? How did you not let the ifs stop you then?
Well, I don't know. Just went for it.
But why? Why'd you just go for
Because
it?
why not? I'm young and I had nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do.
Nothing
Well, there's
else.
lots of people who stayed here for the summer and they didn't go anywhere. They worked at a local ice cream shop or went to the beach every day. So tell me about you could have. You said I had nothing else to do. You had lots of other options. What do you think allowed you to get over all of the ifs to go?
A desire for change. Because I didn't go away for school like so many of my friends, and stayed in this ruckus of a household,
So much ruckus.
studying at home. Bah humbug.
I don't think you could call it a ruckus when it's literally the quietest place ever.
That's
I think the
fair.
ruckus might have been in residence had you gone into
Yeah.
residence. It might have been boring.
Yeah.
That might have been more the problem. Yes, so what I'm hearing is you were looking for a bit of adventure, change. You needed something different. So it's almost like the ifs and were counterbalanced by what's possible by not having all the answers, the discovery.
Yeah. I feel like not like following through with the ifs is just, following through, like
Getting
like
entrapped.
not ignoring them,
Ah.
like just like going for them, rather than being like, oh, what if I don't get a job? You just go for it. If you're not doing that, you just have a very monotone life, very in your comfort zone. But even when I went to Argentina on the student exchange for 6 weeks, I didn't listen to the ifs, and then was completely out of my comfort zone. And then that's when my life really started to change, and so many of now my world views have changed, and I just grew so much from it. And that's really what happens when you don't listen to the ifs and you just go right for it, because literally what's the worst that can happen? I mean, don't think of the absolute worst, but what is a rational worst that can happen? Yeah, what if I don't get a job? Then I'll pick up a side hustle, or I don't know, I'll save enough money beforehand traveling just to make sure that even if I don't get a job for 3 weeks or something, I have enough to keep me afloat. But when you let the ifs get in your way, that's when you just marinate in your comfort zone, and then it's just I don't know. You wake up, do the same thing every day, and then go to bed, and then do it again.
Almost like you're trying to get in front of having regrets.
Yeah, that's the other thing you don't want. Hashtag no regrets.
No regrets.
No,
No
regrets.
No
Oh,
regrets. No regrets. What?
1, 2, 3 regrets.
None. Wow, that was an impromptu hashtag extravaganza.
I could probably do it with my pinkies as well.
If anyone is just listening to
Hashtag.
this, there is quite a lot of cross-finger hashtagging at the moment. Not quite sure where it came from, but boy, has it been a fun 30 seconds of it.
Really emphasizing on it. Really
emphasizing this. Hashtag no regrets. So far, we've heard that if you manage to get past the ifs, then you'll be less likely to have regrets, rather than thinking of the worst case scenarios being, oh my gosh, what if that happens, and worrying the regrets are there. In actual fact, it's seeing the regrets as, what if we don't try it? I'm hearing that you have to have some leap of faith that you will be able to figure it out, even if less than ideal scenarios happen. You have to keep perspective that, well, I can probably figure this out. I think I also heard that you said you can make you can have a backup plan. Like you can create, this is what you want to have happen. And in fact, you did that. You were basically living on tomatoes and onions.
And pasta. Can't forget the pasta.
And pasta for the summer. Because you did go there and it wasn't easy to find a job and the money was running low. And so you went, okay, so maybe we'll just live on pasta for a month.
You know, out of the 5-star Australian food health rating, most of it had a good 4 stars.
There you go.
They might have paid the 5-star rating company to give them 4 stars, though
But
I felt healthy in the moment.
yeah, that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little pasta for brekkie, breakfast for lunch, breakfast for dinner. Little back down. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoop, that's captured for all time. But you know what? I think here's the biggest thing that I think you've already alluded to. And this is probably the best advice that you could give other people. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for the best advice you give other people? This is very exciting for you and for me and for all of our listeners. It's that when you prove to yourself, when you do the thing that you thought, what if, and you do it anyway, it gives you the kind of confidence or curiosity or creativity to do it again. By you not being stuck in the what if means that the next time you have another what if, you manage to see that in a new way.
Yep, there you go. One bridge broken after the other. Bridge? Or
Barrier?
barrier?
Roadblock?
There we go.
I mean, bridges can break, but you don't want a bridge to break.
That's true. Okay.
That's true.
Maybe bridge built.
Bridges are built.
Bridges
and
are
that's
built.
a good thing. You bridge a bit. You you build a bridge and you cross the bridge and you walk around the bridge to have a new possibility. Gosh, that's gonna make its way. Please, Monica, don't take that as our quote for this podcast episode. There's hopefully a better one in there somewhere. Yeah.
I wonder how that would be typed out. Because you were saying and then I was repeating and there was a little stuttering. I think the quota would be about this long.
Yes.
Not proper.
Not proper.
Improper.
Good thing we're not
immoral.
English majors, eh?
There you go.
Eh?
We're psychologists.
We're psychology people.
We're
proud psychology
proud
people.
Psychologists.
Proud
Shadow BU.
Yes. Brock University. I don't know what other things BU could be, but probably there's other BUs.
Brown, Uganda.
I'm sure we can do a shout out to all the BUs in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hopefully this has been in honor of Kelly, who has been the one to request this podcast episode.
Shout out Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly.
Valentine? Valencourt.
Oh, I know exactly who that is. She's so lovely.
Did I pronounce it right?
I think you did.
Valencourt. Valencourt.
And we could say that this was requested because it was noted on a public social media spot.
There you go. Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly, and thank you to all of you who will now completely blow past all of your what ifs, gone from one podcast episode, never to doubt yourself or your life ever again.
Ever.
No more.
No more. Hashtag no regrets.
No regrets.
More.
No more what
ifs. Gosh,
so long.
Hashtag. Ow, my arm. Oh, my God.
She really did work out too hard in the gym today. Oh,
this was yesterday.
Oh.
Today was glutes.
Oh, man.
You feel that though?
It's pretty tight.
My goodness gracious.
Thanks for joining us on the Greatness Together podcast.
Remember, no regrets.
No regrets.
Even the gym.
Even
if you hurt the next day. Gym bro out.
Thanks so much for joining us for the Greatness Together podcast. Never miss an episode. Subscribe wherever you catch your podcasts. Yours in greatness, Simonne and Sarah.